The stereotypical Aftons meet their AUs in Afton. What a great video, and you can tell because this is voice recorded, but I'm putting strong air quotes in this great video or trend, because this trend straight up shouldn't exist. I just don't like this, and not because it is kind of, well, okay. The main reason is the fact that their AUs aren't original. Straight up, you look at them saying, oh, they're so original. Okay, I'm gonna be on a mini rant, so it's gonna happen soon, so here you go. The fact that they say they're original, when in reality they're not. Their AUs are the basic same. They're just making this video. Whole trend is about making fun of the stereotypical Aftons and saying that everyone who likes to make or do the stereotypical Aftons are unoriginal, and that their AUs are more original, and that is wrong, and that's okay if you don't mean to do it. But when it's kind of like that, you kind of get the wrong feeling. Anyway, and not to mention that I would call them stereotypical Aftons. I would call them goofy Aftons, but do you. And when I see the Aftons and their design and how they are, it just makes me sad. I'm going to go through every Afton individually. So the first Afton on the shopping board is Elizabeth Afton, aka my favorite. Now, this Elizabeth Afton is William's daughter, an only daughter, and the stereotypical version of her loves ice cream obsessively and loves to play dress up. Now, let me get one thing straight. Her hair is orange, aka ginger. So when people try to go so close to the lore for their AUs, it doesn't make sense that they always go for blonde. Say, I'm gonna change her hair to blonde because it's closer to her actual AU. Now let me get things straight. Now look at all these other stereotypical Aftons I found on the internet. They have a unique style. They are unique. They are easily identifiable when you watch a few videos about them. They eat whether in pastel colors or not. They are still identifiable even with their own set traits, like one not having a grudge against Michael or not. They still have their own traits. Some like more ice cream more than others, and some like chewing the shut more than others. They have their own traits. Now that's not happening. Oh my god. One, as you can see, her hair is blonde, and I don't like that. And the only plus I can give this AU, since I hate everything about it else, is their outfit. It's not that bad, but still, it kind of sends too much for me. But again, it's not that bad, so it gets points for that. You get 1 point that then. But also, why is her name Eleanor? Her name is Elizabeth. Straight up Elizabeth. Quit making Eleanor. Can't just be a nickname for Circus Baby. Can't just be that. And her obsession with ice cream and dress up makes sense. Because she died because of vanilla ice cream. So she would have more of a dependence on other ice cream since she would believe it would be safer. And dress up, that's just something a girl her age did at that time would do. So it makes sense. Next Afton is Cece, and they call it Cece for crying child because I do not believe it's crying child. I do not believe it's Chris. It's crying child. Face it. But this stereotypical Afton just is kooky like the others, likes his nightmares, is an angel but with black instead of white. Seems okay for me. And this Afton, a version of Chris, that's Michael and William combined, except with white in the other. And I know people are gonna come for my neck if I don't mention this, but Chris X Nightmare isn't that bad, y'all. I mean, sure, it's not the best, but it's still not bad. I mean, seriously, it is a crack ship, but basically, it's still not bad. Let's face it, y'all. And his obsession with cookies, let's face it, that who hasn't fought their sibling in order to get the last cookie in the cookie jar or packet once? We all have. Let's face it. Next Afton is William Afton. Stereotypical version loves Michael, of course, and Elizabeth, and the other just abuses Michael. I don't know why, because why didn't they build the other ones? I don't get it, but whatever. And let me face this one. Glitch up controlling William. Let me face that, okay? Think about that one for a second. That comes always every time I see the stereotypical Afton. And let's go one thing straight. I'm only gonna say this once and only once. That was a thing in the Soft Williams period of the gotcha community. Straight up, every other time I see a stereotypical Afton video, Glitch Up is always William or his brother Vincent. I don't even know where that came from, but still. Next Afton is Michael Afton. He's below since he not as that offensive, but he only has a few things that still bother me, which is the reason he's not that below on the list. The reason is because every single time I see a video about him, It's always about how he was abused by one of his parents, or was forced into doing this by his friend, like two good ones and one controlling one. How does it make sense? That's how friends work. Watch my Foxy Bro is innocent video, link in the description, and if you want to see why I think he bullied Chris. And also, and Michael Alexander, well, it's not the best ship, but it's tolerable to some extent. It's based on who creates it. If it makes it over sexualized, then yeah, it's terrible. But it's mostly okay, so tolerable. Okay. Next Afton is Miss Afton. Now this is below the list since we don't really know what she looks like or how she actually is. So they get points for that. And since it is Miss Afton, I guess I'll give them all a point. But seriously, the Miss Afton, his name is not Clara and is not Ballora. It's just not confirmed, so I can't accept it. Also, but they do get points since they don't really call her Miss Afton, so yeah. But still, I don't like her. I like stereotypical Miss Afton better. Now, this is just my version now, but still, it makes me sad knowing that these are more common than ever now. And it makes me even sadder knowing Gacha Troopers actually do make originally used that aren't copied. Now, anyway, I'm gonna say my Afton family AU in Gacha form.